All right. Hi. This is week 7 for Big Robot Update. Welcome. I am Chris, and with me I have Amanda. If
Hello.
Hello, Amanda. So, if this is your first time joining us, we have been working for the last 7 weeks on a big robot project. Amanda's doing the bulk of the work, and we're here to get an update from her. We'll look at some new designs, and we'll see if there's any other progress. I do want to thank all of those who have been participating in the Discord. We get about 1 to 2 new members every week. We have some participants that are talking about helping us out a lot with the TensorFlow coding that we know is going to be needed. We kind of have shot down officially the idea of using Teachable machine because of the training has to be redone all the time, and TensorFlow I think is more flexible, but we do need help with the coding on TensorFlow. We would still do Teachable machine if we had to, but TensorFlow is more adaptable to the models that we would need. So those of you that are participating, and we just had a new member come in today, was talking about doing all types of coding, and it's letting Amanda focus on the manufacture of the machine, which is what she really enjoys the most. Coding is something she would do if needed, but those who are helping out with the coding are really, 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 really appreciate that help. Again, if this is your first time here, what is Big Robot? Big Robot is a Lego AI sorting machine that we've been developing for the last 7 weeks, getting materials, manufacturing, assembling, electronics, everything is documented in these videos. Every week we kind of give updates. The end design and the whatever we come up with at the end is going to be given away for free. We're going to go over that design updates today. And if you want to give, let me put the banner up here. So if you want to give, there's a Give Send Go to /Lego AI. Anything you give to Give Send Go will be to help pay for the giving away of the code, or to develop the code or store the code and the design itself. It won't be used to build the Lego machine that is at the Great Brick Lab at the end of this project. So we're just past the halfway point. We got 5 more weeks to go, and then we're going to be ending the official project. We may have a couple of additional weeks of design and stuff like that. However, this streaming will end. We have 5 more to go, so we'll be ending this coming up, kind of on the home stretch a little bit here. So with that introduction, I think, Amanda, are you ready to talk about the design that you had? Let's do this first.
Sure.
Okay, so tell me kind of what you've been working on, and then I'll kind of move this around for you here.
Yeah, so in light of the epic fail of our hopper system design from last week, I had to quickly come up with a new concept for what to build to slowly feed the vibrate channel so that it wouldn't just overflow and overload the camera AI thing with piles of parts that can't easily be sorted. So I decided, some people on Discord suggested a hopper system that is connected to a conveyor belt. This is a really common thing. I watched some YouTube videos that showed like different uh, companies using pretty much the same type of thing, all for basically what I'm trying to do is just slowly feed parts in a controlled fashion. And oftentimes they do feed them onto a vibrating system to further separate them. So what I wanted to do is use the materials that I have access to right now to build something fairly simple that is similar to the conveyor hoppers that I saw online. So what I did, I basically designed a conveyor system like I designed the last one. The main difference is that one, it's shorter and wider, and 2, I improved the adjustable tension on the idler out at the end. So it's attached by 2 L brackets that can be loosened or tightened with the screws so that the belt can be tensioned with more mechanical advantage. Whereas on Main conveyor, I just had slots, and then you had to just like push with all your might, which is not really ideal. So those are the two main things. The other thing is I was concerned about things going off to the side of the belt. I still kind of am concerned about that. The videos that I've seen online make it all look so easy. Like the parts all just sort of go into the middle. But so I tried, so my design right now, it has these two side rails, and we talked just before the live that they should extend all the way to the top.
Mm-hmm.
I can easily do that. But see, the thing is, if you have really small parts that try to get jammed off to the side and fall down, I think that kind of my hope is that those parts will just add to the pile that is already coming off of the hopper box. So basically, there will be like a flow or a stack of parts, and the parts on the bottom will get moved up by the conveyor, and then whatever's above them will like fall down, and it will all be very gradual. If we have real problems with small parts, I'm thinking about adding a flexible, like maybe even just like a wall made of zip ties that sits behind the belt. And if something falls down below, like in the cracks, it will land on the flexible platform, and then it will just like fall back into the middle of the conveyor.
Mm.
So the reason it would be flexible is so that each time a cleat goes around, it can just bend it out of the way.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. Yeah, I think this is a pretty solid design, and it's been proven that a slow-moving conveyor belt like this does work. But one thing I've always noticed about almost all the conveyor belts that are out there and all the systems that are out there is that they don't really try and address every size part. It's like they have a pre-selected size of parts, like they done some kind of a pre-screening or something to give the machine like ideal size parts. We're really building this machine so that it can really handle anything. And actually, I hope is that we'll be able to throw in just straight up raw bulk that hasn't even been taken apart. That's kind of my hope, to completely eliminate a process. So the bulk goes in here, slowly goes up the conveyor, separates down to a single part, goes down this to carousel, and then underneath the camera, and then gets blown off one of these air nozzles. And there's a video on the Discord of the most recent air nozzle. I think it's on Discord.
Yeah.
The proof that that's actually working. So a lot of the electronics are coming together. So cool. Very, very cool.
Yeah, that was the other update from this week, is that my brother created a program that allows me to control all of the motors and solenoids with the circuit board. So we officially have our electronics done.
Oh, wow. Nice.
All except for the encoder on the conveyor motor still needs a wire, and also still needs code. And also, I will need another motor programmed for the new add-on. But
Okay.
other than that, all the controls are there.
Yeah. You were also talking about something to separate or tell you where the brake is in the parts. Where's that brake going to be, or how is that going to work?
What do you mean?
So to know when one part lands in the conveyor belt and there's not another part there, separation of parts. Is it going to be?
So I'm just trying to get one by one, and that's what the whole point of the slow conveyor followed by the V channel followed by the carousel is hopefully that you will only ever see one part in the camera. Because
Right.
Paul on the Discord was saying that he was going to make the TensorFlow or the OpenCV code recognize two objects in one frame. And I just pointed out that if you actually have two Legos in the same frame, they're probably too close together to actually be sorted.
Properly. Okay.
So, I mean, maybe you could have something that recognizes that there are two, and then that just rejects them, because otherwise you will have sorting problems where
Mm-hmm.
you just have mixed up parts.
Okay. These pieces are modular enough that you've thought about we're going to transport this once the delivery has to happen?
Uh, yeah, I might have to take apart the long conveyor belt and put it back together again at your facility.
Yeah. Okay.
Because it is, well, it isn't quite 8 feet long, but it would stick out of the truck.
Yeah, and I've been considering where it's going to be installed at the facility too. I'm thinking it's going to be on the production side of our warehouse. I'm probably going to move some of the processing on the production side out and give this space in the temperature controlled area, because I think that would it would optimally run better over there. Plus, it doesn't have to go to the other side of the building in order to check on the operations of the machine. And then I think you've got it set up so it shouldn't be too loud and obnoxious with the California Air tool, air compressor. So I think it's going to be on the production side. We just have to move some shelving around and make room for it.
Yeah, I think that the noisiest thing on there right now is actually the vibrate channel.
Mm-hmm.
I can improve that just by making the sides of it stiffer, and possibly just making the whole thing smaller if this whole hopper thing pans out.
Yeah. Did you figure out a way to get, so if a part's coming down here and it's round and it just kind of sits here and rotates at the end, are you just hoping that another part pushes that, or have you thought about the solution for that yet?
Yeah, so I haven't been working on that lately,
Okay.
but I will definitely try to address that because sometimes it was really not turning out to be a problem.
Oh,
I
okay.
could just change the angle on the vibrate channel, but it was an infrequent occurrence.
Okay. Okay, cool. So yeah, tonight, definitely a quick update on progress. I will say that this design has changed a couple times already. This was a tub, a Walmart sized tub, and we've gone to a more manufactured, stiffer material. Absolutely necessary. A good idea there. And I love that there's the slopes channels here, and that it kind of guides in there, because the parts are definitely going to try and fall off the side here and roll back down to the end, especially those small pieces. Yeah, but I'm excited to see some Lego flow through that machine. Um, so I still think
Yeah, I have a lot of machining to do.
Oh, okay. So that's going to be a lot of the work. Well, fortunately, we're getting some help on the Discord. So thank you again, those of you that are helping out as you watch this. We know we appreciate your participation in the project so much. While we're going to definitely kind of cut off the primary hedging of moving this project forward in the next 5 weeks, we're going to kind of put an end date on that, and wherever we're at is where we're at. It doesn't necessarily mean that the initiative and the Discord is going to be shut down. That's going to be remaining open. Conversations can happen in there, but you will definitely see a lot less of Amanda and myself. We'll be around, but we won't be as active as we have, because I have a career job I need to focus to. She's going to be going to school. So we'll do what we can when we can. But anybody who's in there and his conversations are happening, and also, as the machine becomes operational at any level, we'll definitely get some videos out there. We'll definitely post to YouTube here, and share that information as things develop. Okay, so I think that does it pretty good for this week. What do you think?
Yep.
Okay, cool. So again, thank you, Amanda, for all that you're doing, and for those that are participating in the Discord. And for those of you have given as well, there's been a few people that have given. So I really appreciate that. We'll definitely be good stewards of those funds to make sure that this project is given out for free. And we also I will also share with you that we're potentially going to be changing the name of the machine here. We got some marketing happening on the back end. Some people helping us out with a new machine name, something that's a little bit more accessible to the common name and not just Big Robot. And I just want to thank all those people who are helping accomplish that, who are putting the effort into that. So again, thanks, Amanda. Have a great evening, and we'll talk to you later.
Thanks for having me.
All right. See ya.